20 years is a long time to walk under studio lights without losing your balance, and yet Songyun has done exactly that, quietly, steadily, and almost stubbornly, in an industry addicted to shortcuts and noise. Because while others chase trending topics, viral romance rumors, and manufactured heat, she chose a slower path that rarely makes headlines, but often survives them, and now, at a moment when her career should have been safely coasting on familiarity, she stood at a crossroads. Sharp enough to cut the future in two, as insiders revealed a sudden partner change that sent shockwaves across entertainment circles, replacing an expected collaboration with an unexpected name, Wang Anyu. A so-called dark horse whose arrival was not an accident, but the result of a decision that required clarity, restraint, and courage few actors possess after 20 years on screen. Because Songyun is not a product of overnight success, but the result of time, accumulation, and countless quiet performances that built trust instead of traffic. And that is precisely why this choice mattered so much, as one road offered safety in the form of familiar period dramas, stable returns, and predictable applause, while the other road led toward realistic modern dramas where the spotlight is harsher, the margins are thinner, and failure is public, permanent, and unforgiving, yet also where true transformation happens. And when the olive branch of a high-profile ancient costume project was extended, complete with commercial insurance and platform guarantees, many assumed she would accept without hesitation, because logic favors stability and the market rewards repetition. But fate disrupted the script when her rumored collaboration with Chen Xiao collapsed at the last moment, a change the public dismissed as routine scheduling, but one that concealed months of internal conflict, late-night calculations, and an uncomfortable truth she understood better than anyone else, that Chen Xiao's name no longer represented pure opportunity, but carried a storm of unresolved public opinion, emotional speculation, and media obsession capable of drowning out any performance, no matter how sincere, because in today's ecosystem, acting is often the smallest part of the conversation, and Songyun, coming off two underperforming projects, could no longer afford to gamble her credibility on a narrative she could not control, knowing full well that once cameras rolled, the discussion would not be about character arcs, emotional growth, or storytelling depth, but divorce rumors, emotional states, behind-the-scenes speculation, and whether the pairing itself was a calculated publicity stunt designed to harvest attention rather than deliver art. And so she chose refusal, not out of fear, but out of precision. Because experience teaches you that saying no is sometimes more powerful than any role you could accept, remembering how misunderstandings around her previous fantasy project with Ho Mingho had overshadowed the work itself, drawing criticism for pacing, genre fatigue, and outdated expectations, even as her performance demonstrated restraint, emotional layering, and patience that only reveals itself over time. Yet time is the one currency audiences no longer give, and still she did not complain, panic, or explain, because she understands something many forget, that a career is not built on immediate applause, but on decisions that age well, decisions that may look conservative in the short term but reveal their wisdom years later, and that belief quietly caught the attention of director Su Jizhou, a filmmaker uninterested in traffic metrics, trending hashtags, or social media heat, and more concerned with whether an actor can carry emotional weight when the camera stops flattering, who saw in her not academic pedigree, not background prestige, but something rarer. An instinctive ability to make ordinary characters luminous without demanding sympathy. An actor who does not shout to be seen but stays present long enough to be remembered, leading to an invitation unlike the others, not a guaranteed hit, not a female lead-centric spectacle designed to dominate charts, but a grounded, realistic project that demanded honesty over exposure, substance over surface, where the role was not dominant, the halo was absent, and the responsibility heavier precisely because nothing would hide weak acting. And when Songyun read the script, she did not hesitate out of doubt but out of recognition, sensing that this was the pivot she had been waiting for, the kind of opportunity that does not announce itself loudly but quietly aligns with everything she had been preparing for. Even as Chen Xiao attempted to salvage the previous collaboration by lowering billing and offering concessions, a tempting scenario for many actors who would see this as a rare chance to stabilize numbers and expand reach. Yet, she still walked away, fully aware that once trapped inside that partnership, her 20 years of work could be reduced to background noise under gossip headlines, her performances flattened into footnotes beneath speculation, and instead she turned toward Kwang Liu, toward uncertainty, toward a cast led by rising actor Wang Anyu, whose clean trajectory, improving acting state, and absence of controversy created the rarest of creative environments, one where the work itself could finally speak first without being filtered through scandal or narrative distortion, and in doing so Songyun made it clear that this was not about avoiding risk, but choosing the right kind of risk, not about rejecting opportunity but protecting the long game. Understanding that at her stage every role reshapes the next 3 years, every yes closes doors invisibly, and every no creates space for something more aligned. And in an industry that rewards loud ambition, aggressive positioning, and constant exposure, she demonstrated a quieter form of bravery, the courage to step away from storms rather than perform inside them, the courage to refuse being carried by other people's narratives, the courage to let go of projects that look good on paper but feel wrong in practice, and the courage to trust that true breakthroughs do not arrive with fireworks, trending tags, or overnight virality, but with alignment, patience, and consistency. And her story resonates not because it is glamorous or dramatic, but because it mirrors real life. The moment when safety and growth pull in opposite directions, when familiarity feels comforting but stagnant, when standing still feels easier than moving forward, and yet she chose movement, not with slogans, speeches, or emotional displays, but with a calm, deliberate turn, reminding us that sometimes the bravest choice is not the one that shines immediately, not the one that earns instant validation, but the one that allows you to keep standing years later with dignity intact, confidence unborrowed, and direction clear. And for many watching from the outside, this decision may look subtle, even understated, but within the ecosystem of the entertainment industry it signals something profound, a rejection of noise in favor of substance, a belief that acting is still worth protecting, and a quiet reminder that longevity is not an accident, but a series of disciplined choices made when no one is applauding yet. And if this story sparked something in you, if you've ever faced a moment where choosing the unknown felt terrifying yet necessary, where walking away from something safe felt like betrayal of everything you worked for, thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for being part of this conversation, and if you enjoyed deep, thoughtful industry stories like this, please subscribe to 24H News, TM, like the video, and leave a comment below telling us the bravest decision you've ever made for your dream, because every comment is read, every voice matters, and your support keeps these stories alive.